Welcome to Drawing to SVG. This will be our first video in the Nerd Culture SVG series. We'll be taking a simple drawing like this and turning it into an SVG so that way we can use it in any future projects for t-shirts or anything like that. So I drew a little octopus thingy there, some rabbit vampire thing next to it. But I stuck with this design right here, some porcupine head dude sleeping. So let's go ahead and open up Corel Paint Shop Pro or any other program that you have. We'll drop it in. And then from here, we'll get the image ready to begin working on. So I'm going to select the image after I outlined it with a Sharpie and took a picture, uploaded it. And in Inkscape, you can now go ahead, paste it. You can hit Control V or just, paste. After you get it ready, go ahead, resize it, get it centered and however big you want the image. And then from here, we'll go ahead and trace the bitmap. So to do that, go to Path, Trace Bitmap. And in the little window on the right, you can see what it'll look like. The brightness threshold shows what will show up with the darkness. So if you hit Update, you can see right there. You're getting some of the pencil lines. So if we lower it, we want to get rid of those pencil lines so it's easier to work with. So let's go to 3. I found 2 was working well for Sharpie over pencil. So after we do this, we're going to look closely, and we notice it's very messy. There's a lot of artifacts. I mean, we could delete all of them and work on it, but it would be a lot of extra work. So one way to lessen the amount of work that we need to do to clean up the image is copy your image in whatever paint program you have and apply a blur. Here I couldn't find blur, so there it is. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 blur mores and then a Gaussian blur just to be safe. When you blur the image and then it traces the bitmap, it will have much less of the little lines from when you're drawing. It'll be much easier. Okay, we paste the new image back in with the blur and then resize it however we want it and center it. Let's go ahead and update the image and then draw the SVG. So as you can see, this is much clearer. There's still little wavy lines, but we're going to go ahead and clean that up in a second. So after you're satisfied with the overall trace of the SVG, you can begin working on clearing it up. So I'm going to be doing that right now. Basically, you're just deleting the lines or some of the connections. To open the connections, all you have to do is double click. So double click on the SVG and then you'll see all the little dots that create the SVG. Each little dot has those little pulley thingies, that's my technical term. You can use those pulley thingies to even out the width of the lines. Yeah. It's pretty, it's a little time consuming, but once you get it done, it looks really nice. So you will also be seeing me zoom in and zoom out pretty quickly and moving the whole map while you're doing this. So to move the whole map, use middle mouse on the background and you can move the whole map around. And then for zooming out, you just control forward on your mouse wheel or control back on your mouse wheel. As I am cleaning this up, you'll notice I'm pulling some of the lines to round out the shapes. It's just personal preference. If you want, you can actually leave the wavy lines. I prefer to have it clean and less wavy, so that way when it's turned into an actual SVG-like image, when people use it on the Cricut machines, it's easier to work with, cleaner lines, and it's just... for people that actually purchase from Nerd Culture, they prefer it this way. In other videos, we'll be going over colors and things like that, and how to do like different things with all of these connections. You can even draw spaces that are missing. You can draw on top of this. There's so many things you can do with this program. It's great. So for this right now, we're just going over converting that base image from a drawing and then messing with these lines so that way it's nice and neat, and then from there we can export it, save it, and then it can be used in our projects. So I'll go ahead and be quiet now And you can go ahead and just watch me cleaning it up a bit, and then towards the end I'll go ahead and start speaking again. So we're nearing the end of the video now, and as you can see, it's starting to look, pretty nice. The lines are very, clean and nice to look at. There's no wavy bumps everywhere. Now, for this project, so that way you can mess around with it on your own, we're going to go ahead and upload the original drawing, and we'll also upload the completed SVG, so that way you can, play with the completed SVG or take the original drawing and try and reproduce what you just saw here in the video. You can find the link. We'll probably put it right here in the YouTube comments, so you can practice with that yourself, or you can just take a picture yourself. If you're going to take a picture on your phone, I recommend emailing it to yourself. We initially tried this with Discord, and when I sent it to my wife, the quality was really bad. So email it to yourself. That way you get the full quality image, and it'll be easier when you're transferring it. All right, looks good. Let's go ahead and save our work. We can just go to Save As. Let's call this Drawing Guy. All right, Drawing Guy. Now we'll export the PNG. Make sure selection is picked so that way you have the whole image. We'll export this as Drawing Guy PNG, and don't forget to hit the export button so that way it actually exports. And we'll save, and then the project is ready. We can go ahead and use the new PNG in any work that we're doing, or you can use the SVG itself. And that will be it for our first video in drawing to SVGs. Much more to come, a lot more complex SVG creation with colors and much more. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video and you want to see more, please subscribe and like, and we appreciate it. Thanks, and have a great day.